So you want to book a hotel room with a killer city view. Maybe you're planning a birthday trip or a romantic weekend, and you really want that floor-to-ceiling window looking out over the skyline. It makes all the difference, right? Well, Expedia can absolutely help you find that, but you have to know exactly where to look. Let me walk you through it. First things first, open up your browser and head over to expedia.com. That's the main .com, not a regional version. Once the page loads, you'll see the big search box right in the middle. But before you start typing, look up at the top of the page. There's a little navigation bar with options like stays, flights, cars, and packages. Go ahead and click on stays. This tells Expedia you're only looking for hotels and other accommodations, not flights or rental cars. It keeps everything clean and focused. Now you're looking at the search form. This is where you enter your destination. Type in the city you want to visit. I am going to use New York City as an example, but whatever city you choose, just type it in. Next, pick your travel dates. Click on the check-in field and select the day you want to arrive. Then click on the checkout field and pick the day you're leaving. And here's a quick tip. If you're flexible on dates, try shifting them a day or two earlier or later. You might see lower rates just by changing your stay by one night. Also, make sure the number of guests is correct. You can adjust that right below the dates. 1 adult for a solo trip, 2 for a couple, and so on. Once everything looks good, hit that big search button. Now the site is going to think for a moment and then load a whole page of results. This might take a few seconds, especially if there are a lot of hotels in your area. Be patient. When the results appear, you'll see a list of hotels with their prices, star ratings, and photos. But we're not just picking the first pretty photo, we're looking for that specific city view. This is the most important step, so pay attention. Over on the left side of the screen, you should see a section labeled Filters. It might be collapsed on mobile, but on a desktop, it's usually right there. Scroll down through the filter options. You're looking for something called Amenities or Room Features. The exact wording can vary a little depending on the city or the season, but it's usually under Property Features or Amenities. Once you find it, look for City View. If it's there, click that checkbox. And here's the thing. If City View isn't an option, don't panic. Sometimes it's buried under a submenu. Click on See All or Show More to expand the list. If it's still not there, it just means no hotels in that area are currently offering a guaranteed city view. That doesn't mean you're out of luck, you just have to dig a little deeper. Once you've checked City View, the results will refresh. Now you're looking at only the hotels that advertise a city view. But here's where a lot of people make a mistake. They see a hotel with city view as a filter and assume every room in that hotel has that view. That is not always the case. So click on a hotel that looks promising. Scroll through the room types. Look for language like City View Room or Skyline View. Sometimes it's listed under room descriptions. And if you're not sure, there's usually a link to contact the hotel directly. I always recommend clicking that rather than guessing. A quick email or a call can save you from ending up in a room that overlooks a parking garage. Now, after you've found a room that mentions a city view, check the photos. Look for pictures that clearly show a window with a skyline. If the photos are all close-ups of the bed and the bathroom, that's a red flag. Also, read a few recent reviews. Search for the word view in the reviews. If past guests say the view was amazing, you're in good shape. If they mention a view of an air conditioning unit, move on. And that's really it. You've now got a straightforward way to find a hotel with that gorgeous city skyline you're dreaming of. Just remember, the filter is your shortcut, but the room details and reviews are your confirmation. Happy travels.